Hey guys, how's it going? Ricky Widmer here from Most Valuable Podcast, here to bring you our weekly college basketball top 25 rankings. And let's get right into it. We got a couple of teams dropping out this week. Some shockers, I should say. However, the shockers are not dropping out. We've got St. Mary's, Kentucky, South Carolina, Indiana, all coming out. The shockers, though, they're staying right in, and we're going to start right there. Number 25, the Wichita State Shockers. Then you've got 24, Providence falling back 13 spots because of their two losses to Nova and the big one at DePaul. Number 23, Notre Dame. They lose to Miami, Florida, but beat the Tar Heels, gets them into the rankings. Arizona moving up after beating Washington and Washington State, both road games. And then number 21, the USC Trojans getting into our rankings. Only played one game against the UCLA Bruins. And in the top 20, we've got number 20, the Baylor Bears. They move down 6 spots because they lose to Texas at home, and then they lose on the road to number 14, West Virginia. Not a good week for the Baylor Bears. Then number 19, coming into the rankings, one of the teams that beat them, the Texas Longhorns. Like I said, they beat Baylor, number 15 Baylor, I should say, and then they beat Texas Tech, an easy win. 18, moving down 10 spots, the Texas A&M Aggies. They had a week similar to the Providence Friars, losing both their games. Vandy beat them. Then we had number 25, South Carolina beat them. Not a good week if you're a Texas A&M fan. I am sorry, Johnny. I feel your pain. Then at number 17, moving down 4 spots, SMU. They lose to Houston. Who's Houston? That's my question, especially in college basketball. This is not football. Then they beat Southern Florida. At 16, we've got Purdue moving up a single spot, although they lost to number 4 Maryland this week. Moving right along, number 15, Dayton. They move up 8 spots. They beat the George Mason. They beat the George Mason. I don't know why I threw the in there. I just felt like it. Then at number 14, Miami of Florida, moving up 2 spots. Beats Notre Dame, wins on the road at Georgia Tech. Number 13, down 2 spots from last week. The Cyclones from Ames, losing to number 14, West Virginia, then beating Oklahoma State. Tied for number 11, the first of 3 ties we've got in the rankings at 11. Louisville and Oregon, they move up 7 spots together. They were tied last week, tied this week. Louisville, of course, getting double wins over number 2, UNC and Boston College. And then we've got the top 10. At number 10, falling down 8 spots, the Tar Heels from North Carolina. They lose to Louisville, then they lose to Notre Dame. Not a good week. The third team to lose both of their games in the rankings this week. Then at number 9, the Michigan State Spartans move up a spot, beating Michigan on the road. Tied for 7. We've got Virginia moving up a spot and West Virginia moving up 7 spots. West Virginia getting 2 big ranked conference wins against Iowa State and Baylor, and then moving down a spot, and you'll see in a second, Kansas moves down a spot, although they beat TCU and Kansas State this week. And the reason why they moved down is because we've got a log jam at the top, folks. A 5-way tie for number 1 in the college basketball rankings. We've got Oklahoma staying pat at number 1, although they lost to Kansas State. Xavier moves up 4 spots. They sweep the week. Nova, they move up 2 spots. They sweep the week and beat number 11 Providence. Iowa, they beat Penn State. They beat Illinois. And then Maryland beating number 18 Purdue, beating Nebraska. And this is where you guys come in. We've got 5 teams here. We can't name a number 1 team. Apparently, me and Brandon can't name a number 1 team. This is the first time in MVP history we've had a 5-way tie at the top, and it just fits the whole theme of this college basketball season. But this is where I want you guys to tell us down below, who do you think belongs at number 1 in our rankings? And folks, that's going to do it for our top 25. Don't forget, tell me down below who you think should be at number 1, and what do you think of your team's rankings in the MVP top 25. Go ahead, hit that like button. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, look right up there for all the Twitters, the Patreon, the Facebook page, and a fancy subscribe button. It's right there. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and as always, have a good day, everybody.